called work. No more behind the scenes.
Oh, it's beautiful. So fast forward to when everything has gone dormant. Well, most everything. Got a couple evergreen things in here, but this is cleanup and cut back. So you can see we had those big grasses there. Sometimes I leave them there for the winter, just to give me something to look at. But we're sort of just going through right now and raking it all out, cutting it all back. This is what the grasses look like before we cut them.
Did you tell them it's the middle of January?
No, it's not the middle. It's January 2nd.
It feels like the middle of January.
No, not yet. It's 32.
Have any gardeners ever died of being frostbitten to death?
That's it. You know what? It's not even that cold.
Please.
There's no ice. We're raking wet leaves. Stop whining.
Yeah.
Anyway, geez, can't find. You know what? Little hard work. If you were working hard, you'd be sweating. It wouldn't even matter. I'm not even cold. But anyway, so this is what it looks like on the side that we haven't tackled yet with, you know, some garbage, I guess. I don't even know where this stuff is blowing from, but, you know, there are parts of our yard that haven't been completely put away yet. There's a contractor bag in there. No idea why. But anyway, we have had some windy days. So we're tackling this side right now, but I wanted to kind of show you what it looks like once you tackle a side and everything gets cut back versus not done. So it's a massive garden, but at least we're getting the opportunity before real deep freeze comes. We have had such warm temperatures. It's crazy, but this is a big garden. And you know what? If I don't tackle it now, I'm going to be really far behind. And we're lucky enough to have an opportunity to do it.
Lucky enough.
In my mind.
Year.
Yes, Happy New Year. Get to work.
Yeah.
All right. That's this garden. But July looks pretty good. Like, this garden does not need much. I mean, you do a little maintenance here and there, cutting back and cleaning up and sort of pruning where you need to prune. But it's very low maintenance, this garden. You would think it's a high maintenance garden. Not at all. So,
I don't know. I feel like I've done an awful lot of maintenance in there.
what? Doing what?
Weeding it.
Weeding it?
Yeah.
This garden hardly ever needs to be weeded.
That's because I've been doing it.
Oh, well, what do I know?
Just haven't, you know, bragged about it.
Oh yeah, because that's a big bragging point.
I don't need people to know all the stuff I do around here.
There we go. The finished product. I'm ready for spring. I'm ready for 60, 70 degrees and lots of hours of daylight. It looks so bare and sad. But I feel so much better getting all of those leaves off. And I'm sure there were insects overwintering in those leaves, but they're going to happily overwinter in a massive pile down in the gravel bank.
So doing that didn't mess up the insulation or anything?
This garden is so old. I mean, I do have some new stuff in here, but this is a pretty established garden. So everything in here is pretty darn tough. You know, some things have died out over the years, like especially in the back of this garden. Earlier in this video, you saw like how I was cleaning up the back side of this garden, but the front looked great. So back here, I did add this. This is new. This was the azalea. Look at all the buds. Oh, if only the deer will leave that be for the winter. I know it's kind of hard to tell, but it has so many beautiful buds coming. Can I get that to focus? No, doesn't want to focus on the buds.
Do you know why plants stay single?
That's a dumb question.
Because they have a lot of buds. That just came out right there.
Wow.
It's hard to tell jokes about the garden.
Then you really shouldn't.
Well, hey, how about this? Shouldn't we be covering these? What? Aren't you worried they're going to get frost? We're going to get frost tonight.
It's winter.
Yeah. So what's the difference?
If it's hardy in zone 5, it wants dormant cold weather for a while.
So then why do we worry about the frost earlier?
Well, I worry in the spring because when things are actively growing, all that active growth is tender, so that can die if you get a late frost. This right now, we want this. We've had such warm weather. I want frost. I want frozen ground. You know, this is not frozen. We could dig in here. As a matter of fact, I have 2 plants I need to plant, and I'm gonna do it.
It's not frozen.
No,
Yeah.
not frozen at all. We just raked off a whole bunch of wet leaves. If it was frozen, you wouldn't have been able to rake that. It would have been
Well,
a
I'm
disaster.
freezing, so there. We're gonna go from guiding green.
You need to work
thumbs
harder.
Frostbitten fingers here.
No, well,
Because just when you thought it was safe to go watch football, I guess we're gonna do this one now.
I'm gonna do that one. That one.
You are?
That one definitely needs to be cleaned out. Or maybe I'll just go pot up my daylilies in the basement, because that needs to be done too.
So that means I got the rest of the day off. Happy New Year.
Hold on, do I get to decide that?
Oh, come on. No, you don't.
Exactly.
I'm taking the day off.
Yeah,
I'm
there
going
you
to watch
go.
Football, lady.
There you
got
go. There you go.
it? Now go make me a sandwich.
Yeah, you're on your own.
All right,
I got work to do.
All right, honey. Well, hopefully I'll help you with this one.
Oh, you are just such a mush.
Yeah.
So how do you know what plants to cut and what plants not to cut?
Well, I left these for the birds, the seed heads, and the seed heads are done. Look at them. They picked them clean. Actually, look at, so here's one that has seeds still left on it. See all these little things that are lifting up there? These little guys?
Yeah.
Oh, there they go. Those are all seeds, and look, there's some seeds laying on the ground. So this will just fill in with new plants. But these are picked clean. They need to be cut down. They're done for the season.
Yeah, but you just yelled at me for raking that plant over there because you were worried that I was going to wreck it. So
because that one grows buds on the stalks for next year. It already has the buds for next year. This is not going to grow its buds until spring. It's going to come up and then produce a bloom. That already had. If you rake that shrub and you knock off the little green buds, there's 0 chance of it blooming next year because it blooms on old wood.
So cut back the plant if it has seeds and leave it if it has buds. Is that the MO?
Yeah, that could be. Like all of these, that laid on the ground, and look, all the flowers grew up from the side. That's how it should be. See how they're all going sideways? That's because the branch got knocked down, and then all of the flower buds grew upward. It's kind of funny. That's a ton of seeds right there.
Nature finds a way, doesn't it?
It does. See, we worry. We fuss too much over our plants. If they're a workhorse, they'll figure it out.
So what if you didn't come out here and cut these back? Would you just cut them back and later in the spring?
Yeah. But then they would be all like slimy and mushy. But see, all these little seeds that got picked and dropped, these are all now going to be in the soil. So I'll probably get new plants from these, which is fine. This is kind of like a little nature garden anyway. Nothing really happening too intentionally up here. It's all planted by extras and plants I didn't really know what to do with. So this garden has shaped up a little bit. I did mulch it and weed it so it no longer looks like a holding bed. It's actually kind of starting to look like a garden. But the coneflowers and the blue vervain is blooming. The stilby, the hydrangea, onyx peacock is blooming. Sun king, that limey shrub is the sun king. So this looks good. It's kind of got some shape. This does need a new shape. I have to work on the shape of that side of the garden because if you really step back and look at this, it's not done. It looks awkward, but for now, it's got to do.
All right, well, I guess I procrastinated long enough. I'll have to start helping you.
Look it. So this one, this is that golden jubilee hyssop, actually, which was part of the giveaway. Look, see this bright? This is new foliage that has come up.
Is it too early for it to be coming
No,
up?
a lot of perennials send up new stuff. Ugh. But that's just the way perennials work. You don't have to worry about cutting the tops off because the roots are there. They're ready for sleep is what it is. But we've had such warm days that they're just sending up new stuff. But they'll be fine. This is hardy as heck.
So are you worried about this warm winter we've been having, or?
No, nothing looks terrible. Like nothing looks like it's growing when it shouldn't be. Like there's a lot of semi-evergreen daylilies I have that look great right now because it's been like 45, 50 degrees, which is really, it's not good, but like, look, see how it's sending up? Like we have little, I don't even know why this is so close to the lawn. But anyway, so there's daylilies that are kind of, you know, they're still here.
So they'll survive frost and freezing temperatures now.
Absolutely. That's why we plant them here. But the rest of, you know, some things that get a little temperamental and they're a little finicky, but most things will be fine. And if it's that finicky, then you have to decide if you're willing to like plant it, worry about it. Is it going to come back? Is it not going to come back? You start to learn what does really well in your zone, in your garden after planting and all these trials and, you know, the mistakes that you make by trusting a plant will come back, or you buy one that says it's a perennial and it really is not. You know, everybody's yard has a microclimate, so you just have to learn what works well, you know, what warms up really well, what's insulated well, what's protected from wind, what gets the most wind. Like up on this part, this is like wind central, so if you have a plant that doesn't do well with the leaves drying out in the wind over winter and all that kind of stuff, you wouldn't put it here. So you can just tuck it in different places where you have a barrier, you know, like the back of the house acts as a barrier. Along the other side of the house I have gardens. Those are all naturally protected by the house, so you kind of learn to when and where to plug things in, I think, ultimately, as you go. So most of this stuff is just extras or divisions of things that have done really well. So
what's that plant on the end? Is that a hydrangea?
yeah, the one you got yelled at for?
Yeah.
It was beautiful. It had those big blue flower heads. Oh, actually, that one blooms on old and new wood. So if you busted off some of them, I could forgive you because it's supposed to bloom on new wood also. But, you know.
You didn't yell at me, by the way. You said very nicely, honey, don't rake that plant because you might wreck it.
I most certainly did not say that to you like that.
Well, I'm just trying to, you know.
No, you don't have to. I'm proud of my absolute bluntness in the garden. I don't care. If you're offended by how by my lack of thinking before I say something, it's probably not a good channel to watch. Especially when it comes to my plants. I have no shame in hollering at you if you're about to do something that could potentially wreck something. But that's why you love me. I mean, I'm a very strong, independent, voiceful woman.
Well, I also had my earbuds in too, so I wasn't really listening to you anyway.
Well, great. So then it doesn't even matter. Look at that.
No.
He doesn't listen to me a lot. That's why I have to holler.
After 11 years, I've learned to ignore you when your voice increases in volume.
When the decibels go up, you just hide. The good thing is I get over things quickly. I holler to the point and then I'm done. Like, you know me.
Yeah.
Oh, we have grass growing in the catmint. That's a pain. Because then I have to go in and weed it out without wrecking the roots. I don't really want to do this right now.
I know, me either.
You know what? I think I'm going to go tackle my daylilies in the basement.
Well, how about this? I'll help you rake it. We'll get it done. And then you can leave me alone for the rest of the weekend. Sound like a plan?
Do I have to commit to that?
Yes.
I guess.
Cool. See, compromise. It always works.
That's a big garden to get done, so I appreciate that you helped me with that.
I know. I appreciate that I helped you with it too. I wasn't planning on it. It just kind of happened. Plus cabin fever.
Well,
My
I do
goodness.
have a way of like positioning things so that you feel bad if I'm out here doing it alone.
Yeah, that guilt thing works pretty good.
Yeah, it does. I'm pretty good at that.
You are. You're a master at it. All right, well, I feel guilty I'm not helping you, so
Get down here then. Let's
we'll
go.
be back. What do you think?
I think I'm done for the day.
So do I. My fingers are freezing.
Yes.
We better...
But I feel better. You know, I look out our window and I've been looking at these two gardens going, ugh. And opportunity happened. So it's done.
Yeah, we better end this episode before we have to call it guiding gang green thumbs here.
Boy, you're just full of it today.
Well, that's what happens when you get hypothermia.
Well, good. In the basement, it's nice and warm, and we have to wash some pots so I can pot up daylilies, so you won't be cold at all.
Yeah, because I won't be there.
It's time.
At all.
It's time.
It's time for some football.
No, it's time to expand my ever expanding daylily collection. Oh my God, look at the weeds growing.
Oh.
That's how warm it's been. Terrible. Anyway. Oh, you could take all this umbrella and the patio chairs and stuff.
Yeah, we'll
Down to
do
the
that.
garage,
We'll
too.
do that another day.
Huh?
The way the temperatures are, it's going to be
looks-
warmer tomorrow.
You know, it looks so sad in the winter.
It is.
It's really sad. Like, I don't know.
I miss being outside with you and just
Yeah, I'm sure
working
you
up
do.
a sweat.
I miss my birds and my bugs and my little, I don't know. I miss my dogs too.
Yeah, it's tough. Been rough trying to get over those two little mutts.
They usually would be out here with us, like, you know, peeing on all the piles of leaves that we rake up.
And then kicking their back feet and trying to bury it with dirt.
Yes, yes. They did have some bad habits, but you know what? It's good. So we have, you know, the only thing you have to do is that garden over there. The lost
I'm not
pasta garden.
even gonna film
No,
that
turn
guy.
around. It's beautiful.
Yeah.
It's time.
No.
That needs some attention.
Well, good. Can't wait till spring. That's
You'll have
spring
your work
cleanup.
cut out for you.
Yeah,
All right,
believe
later.
me. Thanks, honey. Love you. You're the best.